All right. If you ever wanted to be a fly on the wall in the cabinet room of the White House, you just got an opportunity to listen in on a conversation the president was having with a couple of governors and, of course, the Secretary of Interior, Dave Bernhardt, taking a lot of questions from the press as well. So we still have the five together. So we'll take it around the table, so to speak. Jesse, maybe let's just start on the bigger news today on the Flynn unmasking list that has come out. The president talking about that. He has an interview with Maria Bartiromo, which will air tomorrow morning. He says there's more to come.
Well, there keeps being more to come, and he's been right, and Fox has been right. All of our reporting on this entire thing has proven to be accurate, and all of the reporting from the other side in the mainstream media has proven false, which makes me wonder, why aren't the mainstream media reporters angry? They were fed lies by their sources for 3 years, and they printed fake news. Now, if I printed fake news for 3 years, and then I found out through the transcripts that my sources knew they were telling me lies and knew they were having me push a fake story, I'd be angry at my sources. But they're not angry at their sources. They're angry at the people that have pointed out that their sources lied. Think about how ridiculous that is. Now they're saying the president is politicizing the intelligence. That's pretty funny coming from them, because it wasn't Donald Trump that set people up with stings, that used spies, that cooked up crooked dossiers and colluded with the Russians and had trapped people and threw political opponents in jail. No, that was the Democrats that did that. All the president is doing now, like this unmasking list, is shining a light. All he's doing is disinfecting the last administration. He's exposing it. He's correcting an injustice. That's what's going on here. And the timing is not being used to distract from the pandemic. It was Adam Schiff that released all of those transcripts under oath. Remember that. And it was the Justice Department that withheld the exculpatory evidence from General Flynn for 2 years. So the timing of all of this, it's on the Democrats. It's not on the Republicans.
Greg, Jesse brings up something that reminds me of, do you remember during the Obama administration when Ben Rhodes, the national security communications guy, did that whole interview basically saying that he had played the media on Iran? Right. And how they had just fell for everything that he said. I mean, when Jesse just said that, it made me think about how reporters, I mean, you would have think they would have been mad then. Yeah,
I feel like a broken record, but the fact is, look, I just saw, I think it was one of Biden's spokesperson melt down on Twitter over this, basically attacked Catherine Herridge. Pretty brutal attack on her. And I believe they might have removed the tweet. I'm just interested in how the media is going to approach that. Will that be considered a sexist attack because she's a woman? Or is it different because it was a Democrat doing the attacking? But it's clear that Joe's campaign is worried. And I hate to act like the worst, the very worst of the media and the very worst of the Democrats about demanding this person get locked up and this person be tried and this person go away. But something's got to be done for Adam Schiff, because he created 3 years of a massive fallacy that did so much damage to this country and made us miss probably one of the most important stories of our lifetime. We were having hearings on impeachment while the coronavirus was exploding. We talked about that virus in green rooms, but we had to do this impeachment story. We had to show these hearings. It's all on him, man. He's got to go. They got to investigate him. They got to hold him accountable. I'm not going to say he should go to prison, but my evil twin will say he should go away to prison for a very long time.
Juan, I think that the next few days are going to be very interesting to see how many Democrats are going to be willing to talk on the record about what's been going on and what's been revealed.
Well, I think people are glad to talk. I think the question is, are you playing into a political action, regardless of how you view it? I think lots of people do worry that it is diversionary. Certainly, Vice President Biden has said that. The other thing that I wanted to mention to you, Dana, was I think the president was pretty clear. He said that the Democrats' bill that Nancy Pelosi put out today is DOA, dead on arrival. And then he said that Jay Powell, the Federal Reserve Chair, is his most improved player over the last few months for reducing interest rates and the like. But today, Jay Powell came out and said, you know, the economy is in big trouble and needs additional help and support from the government. So the question now becomes, what will the president and the Treasury Secretary, Mr. Mnuchin, put forward? Are they going to negotiate? Because their own Federal Reserve Chair, the most improved player for the president, is saying the economy, the workers need help. And Nancy Pelosi is talking about getting more money to workers, more money for kids who are hungry through food stamps, more money for small business.
Well, and also having the government play God on a lot of things, which perhaps is not the best way to get money in the hands of people to do stuff. But we're going to talk about that today. Hopefully we'll get a chance tomorrow. Emily, could I talk to you a little bit about this reopening? He's talking to the governors. Are you seeing that out in where you are, that the parks are reopening, that people are figuring out a way to get back to business? You mentioned that there's a possible registry at restaurants in Seattle.
Exactly, that the governor has outlined a plan for a restaurant to be able to have dine-in people. So for people to be able to go and sit indoor, they have to provide, the restaurants have to agree to a stipulation. They'll provide the names, email addresses, and telephone numbers of those diners. So of course people are sort of revolting. It remains to be seen, obviously, whether that's going to be implemented. But as of now, the governor has articulated that. If I may, Dana, you asked before we cut to the president about California, which is where I'm from. And we saw the difference of the governor's treatment in California of all of those other governors that were in the cabinet room with the president. Governor Newsom is operating under a short-term crisis psychology, and it's in stark contrast to that long-term fundamental unraveling that we are watching there.
All right, Emily.
We'll pick it back up tomorrow.